This moment, as a follow-up to what we discussed last week we talked very much on issue burden on internal behavior. But this moment, we are looking at external behavior and see how we can possibly discuss our own views about it. Now, to begin with, is there any one of us who want to look at relationship? Why marriage? Relationship with your father or with your mother, your own biological father or mother. How do you see some of the things they may be wanting you to do or so? Who want to say something? Either agree depending on what it is. If, for instance, your father or mother is making unnecessary demands from you, demands that are beyond your level and is creating problems, how do you think you can handle it?
First of all, I think the best way to handle situations like that is create boundaries because, like, the class has been teaching us, you're supposed to leave. The man is supposed to leave his father and his mother. The woman is supposed to leave her father and her mother and become husband and wife. So when you're already in that union, your family should know that that union has become your nuclear and primary family and primary need. So first of all, that boundary should be created. So your parents should know where to draw the line as per their demands, making decisions on your behalf and stuff like that. So when the people in the relationship have been able to create that kind of boundaries, a lot of issues will definitely be avoided.
So in which case, if your mother or father is not making the demand, and the thing is creating problem between they, either your parent and your husband, how do you think you will act? Well, I mean, assuming the demand is creating problem between your parents and your husband, how do you think you'll be able to handle the issue? You are close to your husband, you are close to your parents. What do you do? I want the ladies to discuss this now. What do you do?
Okay, so personally, I think maybe because of the kind of relationship I have with my mom or the kind of relationship we have built so far, I already have created that boundary. So if something comes up, first of all, I will make sure that she understands that certain things are not going to fly. We'll have that discussion first of all. Then if it's something that is now beyond something that I can handle, then I will definitely bring it to the attention of my spouse and talk about it and see where we go from there.
Okay, now, relatively, from what she said, now let's assume if the demand is telling on the woman, the demand is coming from the man's parents, and the woman is not happy about it, depending on whether it is too much or not. How you men, how do you think you can handle it? How do you think you can handle it? Who wants to talk? Okay, no, go ahead.
Okay, if such is coming from my parents personally, like from what she also said, when while we're growing up as kids, as children, the way we relate as brothers and sisters to our parents is actually at different levels. So for me, personally, they know me as this person that there are some certain things I don't take. So before you get to me, before I can be convinced to do that which you want to do, then you've actually gone beyond bounds. And most times I don't take my decisions based on emotions because I know that is the aspect that parents will want to come from to strike. They want to add emotions to it. But I think being rational
We'll be telling you,
and
I
be
hope you
objective,
remember I'm the
yes,
one
I'm
who
your
gave birth
mother.
to you.
You get, because I know
I use my breath to
I've
suck you.
experienced. There was a time while I was still growing up. I think my mom actually scolded me for something. You understand? And the way she treated me that very day, I ended up saying, it's like you're not my mother. I was about packing my things from there. I want to go and look for my mother. Even now that I'm grown, I think there was a day they came around. They were actually telling her, she was just smiling. That at a point, I told my mom that, I want to go and look for my mother. You are not my mother for this treatment you've given to me. You get, so that boundaries are actually there. So I think I would be able to manage such a situation when the need
All right,
arises from
fine.
my own end.
I begin to see the reactions. Now let's go down to issue burden on sisters, brothers, in-law, sister, brothers, in-law. If how do you if there is a problem between you as a man and your wife's brother, or you as a woman between your sister and your husband, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
So how do you handle it? So this time around, not you saying it. Yes, who wants to talk? Okay, let me. Yes.
Um, all I have to say, they've said it all. It still boils down to boundaries. When you create your boundaries, they should be able to respect your boundaries. Um, I see no reason why, though, if you discuss it with your spouse as regarding if it's something that your spouse can actually let go of, if it's something that you can let go of, can let go of it. Or if it's something that would hurt his or her feelings, I think the other party, the in-laws, you should be able to talk to them and make them respect your boundaries.
The one thing I want to let you know or draw your attention to, I don't know of amongst you who is an only child, who is an only boy, or who is an only girl, or who is the senior daughter in the house, or senior son in the house, or last child in the house. You know, these are catchy area that parents are very much sentimental when it comes to relating with them. But you as a person, you should be able to know how to handle such things. And before you go into marriage, begin to let your people know you are not going into your own family. That is not to say that you are cutting away from them. Just the same way your father and your mother left their parents to live together up to the age they are now, you want to also run that kind of life, to run your family, because you are going to give birth to your own children. If, as you live along, you continue to run this idea of daddy son, daddy pet, mommy boy, mommy pet, you'll not be able to go anywhere. That is the truth. They should know that as you are marrying now, you are getting matured. You cannot continue to be at that same level you are. Someone has said it, boundaries must be created. That is the thing. It is not after you have married, even now that you are preparing for your weddings, the signs will be there. If you say this is what we are going to do in this marriage, this is the amount we are going to spend, especially when the expenditure is going to be run by the two of you. By the time they now start bringing in additional expenses, just let them know you have decided. If they insist, ask for the money from them. And if they say they don't have the money, tell them, I will do what I can. From there, gradually they begin to understand. But if everything they push you to do, you are accepting, they push you to do, you are accepting. Remember, after your wedding, you have to live the life, not they to live the life. These are the things. This is how it begins to. Because by the time you start living together, you know your earning, you know what you can do. So as you are coming in, either sister, brother, father, mother, or sister-in-law, or brother-in-law, or father-in-law, or mother-in-law, remember I told you last time, the woman should be able to defend the husband before before her own people, and the man should be able to defend the wife before his own people. If you begin to sell yourselves out, you have been defeated already. That is very, very important thing that you should know.